With the previous Animancer video being successful and the Animancer class gaining new combined classes, I decided to make an updated guide on how to build all your Animancer Union classes, including Shinobi, Druid, Heretic, and SoulKeeper. Hope you guys enjoy the video. Shinobi has only one main overpowered build, and that is a clone-focused build. You can get a total of 9 clones, and I will show you how in this video. Firstly, you will want your stats to be in a 3-to-1 ratio, strength to intelligence respectively. As for the fate-bound sets, I would recommend hyperfocus and concentration for your skill. Field Marshal and bonded summons for your clones. Field Marshal 3-piece is especially important for you to be able to have 9 total summons. Don't forget to subscribe for more content like this. As for your armor sets, just farm the blue armor sets in Esoteria. Your armor pieces should have as much of these fate-bound sets as possible. This is because it is the only way for you to strengthen your summons. There are 2 main weapons you can use with this build: the Colossal Zweihander of Black Arch Knight and the Slimy Soaker. The Great Sword is better for clearing Valkyrie, but the Slime Soaker does far more damage per second. It could be used as a fun build while you are farming. Speaking of fun, using the SoulCeeper with Shinobi is quite also a fun build, but it is by no means as strong as the previous 2. Here is how the build should turn out. First, I recommend that you spend all your stat points on strength, as that will maximize your HP when transforming into the bear. Moving on to the fate-bound sets, I would recommend you use 3-piece Zalmor of the World Bane armor set, as it contains the strength fate-bound set. When you are using 3 pieces of STR armor, you will be granted the heavy armor fate-bound set, which is highly recommended. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for regular content and news updates on Soul Knight Prequel and Soul Knight. Here are some extra fate-bound sets that would be helpful to have. Up first, we have Concentration. This will reduce the cooldown of your skills, which will directly increase your damage. Bonded Summon is pretty useful, as in this case, you are technically the summon you get the bonuses. And finally, the new fate-bound set Doombringer increases the damage and tick rate of all ailments. Here are some extra tips and tricks just for you guys who are still watching. I would recommend you keep an extra set with just bonus minion power substats. This is useful because if you equip them before transforming, then you will have a far larger amount of HP. You can then remove them and equip your own armor sets. Also, you can now reset your apex level and spend all your point on one stat. So here's the tip. Spend them all on strength, then transform. You can reset it again after you transform. This will not affect your HP. Keep in mind this could be a bug, so it might get patched in the future. SoulKeeper, you would want 2-to-1 ratio of strength to intelligence. As for the fate bounds you need, bounded summons, field marshal, and concentration to reduce the cooldown of your skills. You would also want the Hex variation of the Twin Novi Fate Bound, and Echo Casting 3-piece. You will not need 2-piece Mana Steel or the Hex variation, as you will be getting your health back with the damage you deal. As for the boss armor sets, you could either use 3-piece Arch Wizard set or 3-piece Great River Snail. This depends on your stats mentioned at the beginning of the video. As for the weapon, there is only one main weapon to use, the Diary of the Alpha Yeti. Very little players also use one of these 2 weapons. Here is how your gear should look like. Here is how your skill set should be. For this class, you would want your stat point to be in full strength to optimize damage, as well as maximize survivability, or 2 STR for every ENT. Moving on to the fate-bound sets, I would recommend you use Bonded Summons, Field Marshal, and Flaming Core. All of these should be 3 pieces if you can. Additional fate-bound set could be 2-piece Concentration. Decreasing your skill cooldown will directly increase your damage output, and 2-piece Strength will increase your health and damage, which your summons will inherit. Now let's move on to the gear set. you will want 2-piece Great River Snail, as well as 3-piece Ember Worm. Here is how your gear should look like. Here is how your skill set should look like. Like and subscribe or you will lose your next Valkyrie fight.